on life since November. Okay? And it's less than a month of this administration in office. So think there are another 20 odd months to go, at least. So what has been the conversation? Ukraine, Gaza, Greenland, Panama, tariffs. And you think the world order isn't changing? I mean, and this is less than a month in office.
But why Greenland? I mean, sorry.
Don't ask me. I neither said it nor own it. So the point is that at the end of the day, if there is, I think you used the word, Samir, about overheads. Okay, I found it very interesting that the first foreign policy engagement of this administration, consciously, was the Quad. Okay, what's so nice about the Quad? It has no overheads. It's a kind of it's going Dutch. Everybody comes, pays their bill, and it's fair, right? So look, if we are looking actually at a different vision of architecture, a different sense of the power of the United States. If there is I don't know, I know Fatih Birol, who's left the room, was there, but some of you may have been at the earlier J.D. Vance speech in Paris on the AI Action Summit, or may have at least read it. There is a belief today in circles which count apparently in the United States, the best that I can make out, that US creativity, power, innovation is actually hamstrung by its commitments and relationships abroad. That if America was really unbound and allowed to, do its fullest, it would serve its interests much better. You may disagree with it or not, but there is such a belief, and it's a very dominant belief today out there. So if that's the belief, and if diplomacy is significantly shaped by overheads, if these are the kind of issues which are being addressed or at least put on the table fairly early on, tell me the world's not going to change.
The point is that you all have to watch out where you are in the American diplomatic budget sheet. Are you in the overheads or not? And I think that will decide your future in the next 2 years at least.
And that is, Trump has one term, which means he has not 4 years, but 2. Because you've got the midterm elections that strike it less than 2 years from now. And the House of Representatives is likely to be lost because you've got the House up by 1. And the midterm cycles generally will favor the party out of power. The Senate may be shaken. It's hard to know. And then you've got a lame duck status, and the race for 28 has begun. So I think in looking at and analyzing Trump, I think we need to understand that, yes, conservatism of some kind might prevail unless there's massive overreach and a blowback, which is not unusual in American politics, and we'll be back to kind of a more identifiable, familiar pattern.
But I think he's underestimating Washington. I think you'll get enough things in those 2 years or less which will profoundly change the world. So the 50 states may carry on with the model, but because the President of the United States holds such exceptional power and the country has so much influence, that within this period, in fact, I would predict much earlier, that you're going to get policies which will reshape the international order as we have got used to. So I would not, I'm saying this in a very, I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just predicting what is to come, and something big, I think, is coming at us. My third point is, where I agree with him, is, look, I do think around the world, politics and politicians have generally got discredited. I think there's a loss of trust. I would again argue we are a bit of an exception. It'll be very tough today in a really democratic society for anybody to get 3 continuous terms, which is what has happened in India, but we are an outlier in this respect. But it's not just politics which has got discredited. I think, in a way, diplomacy has got discredited. The international economy has got discredited. The kind of model which we have touted as being universally good is seen by many people as being built on their jobs, which were taken away from them. In India, for example, if you look at small, and medium producers, I mean, they are very angered at the kind of dumping of goods which is taking place in the Indian market. We all know from where. So I think we are dealing today with a much more disillusioned, unhappy world, which is ready for change, which says that, look, I don't believe all that non-law of jungle stuff which I've been hearing for so many years. I'm now prepared to take my chances in whatever lies out there, because I think it'll definitely be better than what I have today.
And just a quick one, democracy itself, and since you mentioned democracy in your intervention, are we now reaching a stage that we are perpetually polarized democratic societies, which means unless our side wins, democracy is not good? Have we reached that stage that unless your team wins, democracy is bad? We see that in the US, we see that in India to some extent, we see that in different parts, that unless who you vote for wins, the elections were not good.
Well, sorry, I know.
I'm coming to Ukraine very soon.
No, but look, I'll put it to you this way. I know people will say that. But if by the next election they're not saying it, democracy is fine. They will say it in the aftermath of a loss. That, okay, the system wasn't good, that's why I didn't win. But if they gear up for the next election, I think we are underestimating the strength, the power and the habit of democracy. And actually the attachment which people have to the exercise of individual choices. I think we are too quick to dismiss it because somewhere politics has not gone the way some people would like it to go.
Alexander.
Yeah, I think on democracy, our misconception is sort of linked to this whole end of history thesis of Fukuyama, which I firmly believed in myself, that all nation states of the world, 200 of them, would revert to a combination of liberal democracy, social market economy,
Only an American could have believed that.
Exactly. Well, no, I'm a Finn.
I know,
but I think but this is again, we come, but I mean,
the Trump phenomenon is an expression of the American people. Mm-hmm. We've seen a massive diminution of trust in politics, I think everywhere, including the global South. That's why you see a lot of people who have glommed onto Trump's message, because the voters have been failed by their sovereigns. Institutions are increasing